Girls here. Thanks for coming on today's episode. This week, like every week, I'll be talking about natural living and healthy tips that will get you to rethink how you live and what products or habits you can easily change to better your life. So let's get started. Hey everyone, and welcome to Urban Wisdom. Well, if you hear some noise in the background, that's just firewood getting chopped because where I am at, it is finally getting a little colder. So it's probably about 12 degrees today. And because of that, I thought this week, hey, let's have a recipe for a healthy hot chocolate with cacao powder. So there are many times when I like to sit where it's quiet with my fingers wrapped around a warm drink. It's comforting and also relaxing. In these moments, I realize how something familiar can add to the peacefulness of a person and create an overall feeling of euphoria. Different drinks can have different delights as each brings up a fond memory. Hot cocoa reminds me of a wonderful childhood, clean, crisp air in my lungs, and at the same time warmth. But not all cocoa are the same. Now, I would recommend different recipes depending on your mood. For instance, do you want more chocolate? Do you want it a little bitter? Or perhaps you want a smooth kind of taste? Well, this homemade hot chocolate is that smooth kind of taste. It's made with milk, honey, and a touch of vanilla, and it is nutritious. So you guys, are you ready to try it? I am, so let's go. The ingredients are 2 cups of milk. I would prefer whole milk. The recipe, you can do 2% or whole, but whole always tastes better because that will create part of the smooth taste. Then you want 2 tablespoons of raw cacao powder, which is Cacao, you guys, if you're wondering how to spell that, to look it up. Then you want 1 tablespoon of honey, half teaspoon of vanilla. And if you go to heatherearls.com /vanilla, I have a recipe on how to make your own homemade vanilla, which you can also use during the holidays to create a perfect gift. So that was a half teaspoon of vanilla and then a pinch of sea salt. Now for a vegan version, use canned coconut milk in place of the regular milk and swap out the honey for maple syrup. Now instructions: in a small saucepan, combine the milk, the cacao powder, honey to taste, a teaspoon or 2 should do you, vanilla, and a pinch of salt. Sometimes I also add a pinch of cinnamon or even cayenne if I'm feeling, just like I want a little more. Now whisk until smooth. Place saucepan over medium heat and bring the milk to a simmer, whisking often. Give the hot chocolate a taste. If you prefer it sweeter, whisk in a bit more honey. And then you want to serve it warm. Now, here's some notes to ahead. The hot chocolate can be transferred to a jar and refrigerated for up to 5 days. Then just shake or stir it before serving. You can drink it cold or you can reheat it. Now, other tips: the best hot chocolate is made with this cacao powder, which you can find at many grocery stores or online. The raw form is healthier and richer in flavor than regular cocoa powder. However, you can use a good quality cocoa powder in its place. It's important to whisk the cacao powder into the milk before heating it up. It will take a bit of whisking to dissolve. If you add the powder to hot milk, it can clump up. So that's why the whisk is important, you guys. Now, I love this small saucepan and mini whisk for making hot chocolate, as well as for oatmeal and sauces, you guys. So it's just a little miniature one, and for the saucepan, that way it's not taking, sometimes the burner, it takes longer to heat up a larger saucepan. So if you're just making a single or double batch, just try to find a smaller saucepan, and it just works perfect. Okay, so for a vegan version, use the canned coconut milk in place of the regular milk. I don't love the flavor of nut milk in this recipe, but that's subjective. And then swap out the honey for maple syrup, like I mentioned earlier. Now, a pinch of salt helps to amplify all of the flavors. And you guys, also a pinch of pepper will really bring out chocolate in general. So you can even put just a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. You don't want to add too much, just because then it will overpower. Now, refrigerate any leftover hot chocolate for a healthy chocolate milk. And you guys, just because I like to, sometimes you can add some marshmallows if desired. Now, if you'll excuse me, I am going to find a comfy chair and close my eyes as I take the first sip because I already have some ready. So until next time, you guys, stay healthy and free. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Urban Wisdom and Natural Living. Tune in next week where I'll broadcast live every Monday morning at 8 a.m. If you miss it live, hold those tears and head on over to my blog, which is heatherearles.com. That's Heather, EARLES.com. There you can have 24/7 access or right here on iTunes. If you want to follow me on social media, you'll find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. Have a healthy week.